What is up, guys? My name is Rob Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 50, the big number 50 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of January 21st, 2023. And as always, you can find me over on Twitter at RobDFB. And if you want more content like this in the future, please hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help out a ton. And as always, no recap until Monday's video for the entire weekend, as I'm recording this before all of the games finish up. That said, we have 19 picks in today's episode. You heard that right. 19 freaking picks in today's episode. Absolutely in love with this slate. So let's jump right into this video and have ourselves a great Saturday. All right, for our first pick of the day, we are headed out to the ACC, where we have a matchup between Pittsburgh and Florida State at 3 p.m. EST, and we are going to start to learn how good this Pitt team is without John Hughley in the lineup very quickly. And with Florida State playing much better ball as of late, I just think 10 points is far too many to lay here for Pittsburgh. So let's take the Seminoles here, getting the 10 points for 2 units for our first pick of the day. For our second bet of the day, we are staying in the ACC, where we have Virginia Tech taking on Clemson at 6 p.m. EST, and the Hokies are coming into this game absolutely reeling after 6 straight losses, but this is a really fishy line, especially with Clemson at home, and it's because Alex Hemingway and, more importantly, Chase Hunter are both game-time decisions for Clemson here. And listen, I think Virginia Tech matches up really well with those two out of the lineup, or even with Hunter out of the lineup. So let's take a shot here with Virginia Tech on the money line for 2 units for our second play of the day. For pick number 3, we are headed out to the Missouri Valley Conference, where we have Bradley hosting Belmont at 4 p.m. EST. And this Belmont team just isn't of the same caliber as we're used to seeing. And Bradley, on the other hand, has been running through teams, whether it's on the road or at home. And this doubles as a revenge spot after a loss to Belmont on the road earlier this year. And I think the Braves absolutely roll in this one at home. So let's take them, laying the 7 points for 2 units for our third pick of the day. For pick number 4, we are headed down to the SEC, where we have Mississippi State taking on Florida at 8:30 p.m. EST. And this Florida team has been a covering machine as of late, as they've covered their last 3 games, with us riding them on all 3 of those games. So I say we keep it rolling with Florida here, getting the 3 points on the road for 2 units for our fourth pick of the day. For pick number 5, we are headed out to South Bend, where we have Notre Dame taking on Boston College at 2 p.m. EST. And Notre Dame's season, barring a run in the ACC tourney, is pretty much over. That said, I do think there is a chance we see improved play down the stretch regardless, with Mike Bray announcing his retirement at the end of the year. And this is a really good spot to see that improved play start against a very average Boston College team. So let's lay the 5 points here with the Irish for 3 units for our 5th play of the day. For pick number 6, we are headed out to the WAC, where we have a fun mid-major matchup between Grand Canyon and Utah Valley at 8 p.m. EST. And Grand Canyon has one of the better home court venues in mid-major basketball. And this is a game that every single year the crowd really gets up for. And I say we take the shot with Grand Canyon here and lay the 1.5 points for 3 units for our 6th pick of the day. For pick number 7, we are headed down to the SWAC, where we have a matchup between Bethune-Cookman and Jackson State at 4 p.m. EST. And this Jackson State team is arguably the best in the entire conference, despite what the record might show, and I think they bounce back after back-to-back losses here and lay a beat down on Bethune-Cookman. So let's lay the 8 points here for 3 units for our 7th pick of the day. For pick number 8, we are headed out to the Colonial Conference, where we have Charleston going to Northeastern at noon EST. And at this point, Charleston is going to get every single team's best shot the rest of the way. And Northeastern is coming off 2 impressive wins back-to-back here. So I say we take the 9 points with Northeastern for 3 units for our 8th pick of the day. For pick number 9, we are headed out to the Sun Belt, where we have Troy taking on Louisiana Monroe at 5 p.m. EST. And Louisiana Monroe has been overperforming quite a bit as of late, and Troy has really caught some bad breaks in recent games. I think this is a major bounce back spot for Troy, so let's lay the points for 3 units for our 9th pick of the day. For pick number 10, we are headed over to the Summit League where we have St. Thomas taking on Western Illinois at 3 p.m. EST. And Western Illinois is coming off 2 impressive wins their last 3 times out, and I think this is another spot where they could roll to a winner here. So let's lay the point and take the Leathernecks for 3 units for our 10th play of the day. For pick number 11, we are headed back down to the Sun Belt where Texas State is taking on UL Lafayette at 5 p.m. EST. And for the past 3 years now, under head coach Terrence Johnson, Texas State has been playing their best ball in January and February, and once again, they've been looking really good this time of year, having just pushed Marshall down to the wire last time out, and also having wins over South Alabama and James Madison in their last 5 games. I think Texas State can win this one outright, but to play it a little bit on the safer side, let's take the 4.5 points here for 4 units for our 11th play of the day. For pick number 12, we are headed out to the Pac-12, where we have arguably the game of the day between UCLA and Arizona at 2 p.m. EST, and Arizona has been stumbling as of late, but this team is still incredibly talented, and this is arguably still the best team in the Pac-12. I think they bounce back really well at home in this matchup, as UCLA is coming off of a game against Arizona State last time out that really pushed them to their limit. So let's take Arizona here on the money line for 4 units for our 12th pick of the day. For pick number 13, we're headed over to Conference USA, where we have UTEP taking on Florida Atlantic at 9 p.m. EST, and UTEP is at home in this one, and they've been playing some really great ball as of late, despite the lack of wins, but so has Florida Atlantic. And that said, similarly to Charleston, FAU is going to get every single team's best shot, especially in conference, and I think UTEP can put up a serious fight here. So let's take the 7 points for 4 units for our 13th pick of the day. For pick number 14, we are headed back to Morgantown, where we've experienced a lot of mixed results betting on West Virginia this season. And in this matchup against Texas at 6 p.m. EST, I think we see West Virginia build on a really impressive win last time out against TCU and pull back-to-back upsets. So let's lay the 1 point for 4 units for our 14th pick of the day. For pick number 14, we are headed back to the Missouri Valley Conference, where we have a fun mid-major matchup between Missouri State and Southern Illinois at 2 p.m. EST, and Missouri State has really turned around their season after a slow start, and now they're back to being the same old Missouri State team we know and love, and I think this short number at home is perfect in this matchup. So let's lay the 2.5 points for 4 units for our 15th play of the day. For pick number 16, we are headed over to the Big 12, where we have a matchup between Oklahoma and Baylor at 4 p.m. EST, and Oklahoma is a desperate team in the Big 12 right now, and they're looking for any kind of resume builder that they can get, and I think this could actually be one of them against a slightly underwhelming Baylor Bears team. So give me Oklahoma here outright on the money line for 4 units for our 16th pick of the day. For pick number 17, we are headed out to the Mountain West, where we have a matchup between Fresno State and UNLV at 6 p.m. EST, and UNLV is one of those teams that has been kind of all over the place this season, especially in conference play as far as wins and losses go, and what we've seen in the past is that this building is just really tough to go in on the road and win in with how Fresno State plays defense, and this is another spot where I think they can spring an upset. So let's take Fresno State here, getting the 3.5 points at home for 4 units, and for an additional unit, let's sprinkle the money line here as well. For pick number 18, we are headed out to the Ivy League, where we have one of my favorite games of the day between Cornell and Harvard at 2 p.m. EST, and Harvard is at home in this one, coming off of a loss to Dartmouth last time out, and I really do think they bounce back in this one against Cornell. Listen, Harvard is a very good defensive team, so this is kind of a clash of styles, and just a few days ago, this would have been a true pick'em, but now we're getting a 2-point cushion at home in a game where fans are sure to show up and show out. Let's take the points here for 4 units, and for an additional unit, let's throw a unit down on the money line here as well. All right, finally our last pick of the night, and we are headed out to the A10 for a matchup between St. Bonaventure and Loyola Chicago at 4 p.m. EST, and this has been a massively disappointing year for the Ramblers in their first year in the A10. That said, there cannot be a more desperate team in this entire conference than them at this point, and they're going up against a Bonnie's team that has really struggled on the road this season, and they're only laying a short line here, despite having a much more visually appealing record win-loss-wise while coming off of 2 really quality back-to-back wins. I think this game ends up with Loyola stealing one at home for their first win in the A-10 this season, and I think they get it done comfortably, so let's take them here on the money line for 5 units for our final pick of the day. All that being said, I want to thank all of you for checking out today's video, and if you want to show some love, head on over to Twitter and drop a follow at RobDFB, and also you can drop a like in this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. And as always, guys, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.